K. Prakash, working as assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, SNS College of Technology. Today we are going to discuss about the refrigeration test rig. So before going to this test rig, we will understand what is the working principle of a refrigeration test rig and what are the components available. So if you take a test rig, here we are having a compressor, and then here we are having a condenser, and here there is some expansion valves, and then here there is this is a setup called as evaporator. Okay. So these are the major things in the refrigeration test rig. So here what happens is initially a refrigerant is used. So what is the property of refrigerant and what basis we are selecting the refrigerant? So initially a refrigerant should have a property as should have a low boiling point and it should be eco-friendly with the environment. So why we are going for this low boiling point? So normally what happens is, if you take this refrigeration process based on the design thinking approach, so how we can make this refrigeration with the design thinking approach? So if you take that in an room or a space or in our day-to-day life, we are facing some problems. So we will have one type of problems. Okay. So what is the one type of problem we will discuss? So if we take agriculture purpose, okay. So in agriculture, what are doing? The farmers are producing crops. So when the farmers are getting proper price, so the products will be sold in the market. So whereas when the amount is less or the amount of the products is getting low, so the profit will become lesser to the farmers. So at that time they should be stored in a place where for 1 or 2 days to wait for the more amount of profit. So if the products are kept for a long time, it will be decayed. So how to sort out this? So this is the real-time empathy for the farmers who are not getting their crops for the proper value of money. So we have to do an empathy part and we have to give an idea for this. So one of the ideas is this refrigeration test rig. So refrigeration process. So what happens in the refrigeration process? The products which is kept is to be prolonged for a long period. So the heat produced in that particular area should be taken away. So this process of taking away the heat and maintaining the temperature to the required level is called as refrigeration process. So this refrigeration process is obtained with the help of this setup. So based on the compressor, evaporator and the expansion valve and the condenser. So here in the evaporator, the products which want to be cooled is kept inside the evaporator. So the heat from the evaporator is taken away. So what happens is, initially with the help of a compressor, a refrigerant can be sent to this evaporator. So when the refrigerant, it is in the form of a liquid, is coming to this evaporator, it absorbs the heat at low temperature, and what happens is, it is converted into vapor. So this vapor comes to the compressor. So in compressor what happens? So it is compressed and the vapor is going to the condenser. So in the condenser, the heat is taken away to the atmosphere. Here cooling process is done. So here what happens is, the vapor refrigerant is converted into liquid. So the liquid refrigerant comes to the evaporator. So now we can ask question that, so what is the need of this expansion valve in a refrigeration process? So what is the need? If you go for this expansion process, here we are using capillary tube as an expansion device. So what is the need for this capillary tube? So if you take this refrigerant, so if when the compressor is compressed, the pressure of the vapor refrigerant will be high. So when the vapor effluent enters into this refrigerator, what happens is with high pressure, so the cooling effect will be lesser. So what we have to do is the inlet of the vapor should be with less pressure. So the liquid refrigerant which is entering into this evaporator area should go with a low pressure as the pressure is increased in the compressor. So we are using this expansion device to reduce the high pressure into low pressure. So when the low pressure refrigerant goes into this evaporator, the cooling effect will take place in a good manner. So again it comes to the compressor and it is made to go to the condenser. It is converted into liquid. Again the liquid comes to the evaporator, absorbs the heat and then goes to the compressor and rejects the heat to the atmosphere, and then the same process continuously made, so that the continuous heat is removed from the evaporator. So here this continuous removal of heat is called as refrigerating effect, and then the work done by the compressor is taken into account. Okay, so this is about the refrigeration test. Thank you.